All right, so today we're continuing the second part that we started yesterday with square roots. So I can estimate square roots. Let's read together. 1, 2, 3. I can estimate square roots. So if you notice in yesterday's home play, there were a couple of problems that you're like, I'm confused about these. Remember those? Yeah. Because they needed to be an estimate. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. So let me give you an illustration before we get started. Really quick, let's see. Who's the tallest one in the class?
Eric.
Let's see. Eric? Let's see. James? Let's see. Stand up, James. All right. So, check this out. Stay standing. So, kind of estimate, what do you think his height is? I hear 5'11", 5'10", 6 foot, 6'1". Okay, thank you. Okay, so we got 6 foot. Okay, so we kind of estimate, and it's an average about 6 feet, right? Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to pick someone else. Brian, stand up. Okay, be nice. Let's estimate his height. What do you guys think? 5'1", 4'11". Be nice. So, thank you. So if we were to estimate his height, we're looking at about 5 foot, right? So James is at 6 feet. Brian at 4'11" or 5 foot. Okay, it's really close to 5. So now let's see. How about stand up, Mario? Where would Mario fit and be if we placed them in order? In the middle, right? Okay, so he would be like around 5'5", so he is placed where? In between James and Brian. So that's what we're going to do today. That's what we need to understand in order to estimate square roots. So check this out. Before we get started with that, copy these steps, please. To estimate square roots, I find the two perfect square numbers. The original number is in between. And step 2, give an estimate. Once again, to estimate square roots, find the two perfect square numbers. The original number is in between. Para estimar raíces cuadradas, tienes que hallar los primeros dos números perfectos, en el cual el número original se encuentra en medio de. From there, the last one is give an estimate. Da un estimado once you get that. Copy that, please. All right, so just to recap, let's remember, what are perfect square numbers? Let's see. What is 1 squared? 1. What is 2 squared? 4. What is 3 squared? 9. Because this is 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3. Therefore, perfect square numbers are these. What is the next perfect square number? 4 times 4 is? 16 is the perfect square number. What's the next one? 25. What's the next one? 36. What's the next one? 49. The next one. 64. The next one. 81. The next one. 1,000. 100. What's the next one? We got 100 from 10 times 10. Is that correct? What's the next one? 11 times 11 is 121. What's the next one? 144. Okay. So all these are perfect square numbers, right? Okay. So today, to give an estimate, we need to first know our perfect square number. So watch. Copy this next one, please. Example 1A, and it says, the square root of 55 is in between two integers. Name the integers and explain your answer. Example 1A. The square root of 55 is in between two integers. Name the integers, explain your answer. Ejemplo 1A. La raíz cuadrada de 55 se encuentra entre dos números íntegros. ¿Cuáles son los números? Explica tu respuesta. Copy that. Here goes the example. This is how you do these. Look up. Since we're going to be doing the same thing that we did earlier, I need to start first with square root of 55. Okay? Now check this out. We're going to estimate to see what this is. But first, we need to find two perfect square numbers where this one is in between. So, let's see. Perfect square numbers. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3, 9. 16. 25. 36. 49. 64. 81. 100. 121. 144. So, focus please. Between what two integers, entre qué dos números enteros perfectos se encuentra, do we find 55? Between 49 and 64, is that correct?
Yes.
So, the question was, name the two integers, so we're going to say 49 and 64, okay? To estimate, check this out. So, what is square root of 49? 7. What is square root of 64? 8. So 55, since it's in between, which one is it going to be closer to? 8. So we're not going to say decimal right now. Let's just, which one is it going to be closer to? 8. So we're going to say it's approximately 8. Why not 7? Because it's, well, not only that, because it's a smaller number. It's kind of like this. Watch. What if I said this? Look up to the screen. What if I said, I'm going to work these many hours, and I want them to pay me my money for these many hours. So they're going to say, okay, we're going to estimate how much you worked. Do I pay you $7 or do I pay you $8? Why 8? Because you already worked past 7. Is that correct? That's why we go with this number. Copy that, please. Another one. Vamos a hacer otro. Example 1Q. I want you to estimate square root of, 20. See what that gives us. Give me what two numbers it's in between, and then find me the estimate. Go. Okay, let's see. All right. Between what two integers or perfect square numbers is 20? 16 and 25. Therefore, this is approximately what? 5. This was 4. This was 5. So which one will it be? 5, because we already went past 4 right now. Everybody got it? Let's do another one. Copy this next one. Number 1B. You don't have to copy all the words. Just find me approximately what square root of 80 is. Copy that and go. We got approximately 9. That is correct. Because this one is found in between 81 and what was the other one? 64. So we're going with this one. Square root of that is 9. Are we there?
Yes.
Now, why do we go with this one? Because right now we're not looking at decimals. We're just looking for which one will be the closest. Since we're not going with the smallest one, we're always going with this one. Are we there? All right. So with that said, copy this next one, please. Example 2A. Copy this. It says, a Coast Guard boat searching for a lost sailboat covers a square area of 185 square miles. What is the approximate length of each side of the square area? Round your answers to the nearest mile. So, once again, a Coast Guard boat searching for a lost sailboat covers a square area of 185 square miles. What is the approximate length of each side of the square area? Round your answer to the nearest mile. Copy that? All right, let's see. What's it saying? Coast Guard boat searches for a lost sailboat, covers an area, a square area of 185 square miles. What figure are we looking at? Square. So draw yourself a square. There it is. Okay. And the Coast Guard boat, I'm going to draw the boat over here. There it is. Be nice. Should have been an arts teacher, huh? Damn. Be nice. So, and we're going to label this Coast Guard. And it's looking for a little sailboat. Wait a minute. This looks like a sailboat, right? Be nice. So it's looking for another sailboat. So check this out. The area is how much? 185 squared miles. So we want to find out what this distance is. So how do we find that? Watch. 185, and we're going to have to estimate the square root. Do we know how to do this? Yes, find me that number, please. Go. Okay, let's see. Between what two perfect square numbers is this? Wait. The numbers first. 169 and 196. Square root of 169 is 13. Square root of 196 is 14. Therefore, this is approximately 14. So the length of the area that they're looking for is 14 miles. Everybody see that? Okay? And that's how you do those. However, right now we're only doing what? Estimate. This is what this means. We're only estimating. Now I want us to find an estimation, but now closer to the decimal point. So watch. Let's go to the next one. Copy this one, example 3A. Approximate square root of 40 to the nearest 100. Just copy that, and I'm going to show you the process. Here we go. All right, pens down, eyes up here. Here we go. Look up, please. So I'm going to focus on this one, square root of 40. But now I want a decimal. Okay, so check this out. Look up, please. First thing, between what two perfect square numbers is 40 located? 36 and 49. Are we there so far? Okay. Now check this out. If I was to get a number line out, what would be the next perfect square number? 7 times 7, 49. 8 times 8 is 64. So watch. If I need to estimate now to decimal, square root of 40, what is square root of 36? 6. Square root of 49, 7. Square root of 64, 8. So let me ask you this. This one you said is in between here, right? So will this decimal be 6 point something, 7 point something, or 8 point something? Think about it. Talk it over with your neighbor. Why? Which one would you choose and why? The reason that we chose now 6 point something because now we want the decimals. Are we there? All right. So now don't copy this. So let me show you the process. That was just so that you can understand why we got that. So now check this out. So here goes the entire process. To find the estimation, we first start by finding the two perfect square numbers, 36 and 49. Are we there? The smallest one of those is 36, so square root of 36 is 6. And we need a decimal here. Are we there so far? Okay, so check this out. I'm going to take the 40, and I'm going to subtract 36. What is 40 minus 36? 4. From there, I make a fraction. Now, I'm going to take the other number, also subtract it from the 36. What is 49 minus 36? 13. Do we know how to make this into a decimal? Yes. That becomes 4 divided by 13. Does not fit in there. 13 fits in there 3 times. That's 39. Subtract, that's 1. Does it fit in there? No. Add another 0. 13 fits in there how many times? How many times? 7. 7 times 3, that's 21. We got 2. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2, that's 91. And we'll stop right there because it says to round to the nearest what? 100 is this one. So this 7 makes this a what? A what? A 1. So this becomes 6.31. Copy that, please. Okay, as you finish copying that one, let me give you one more for you to do by yourself. I'm going to leave that one up there so you can have it as an example. What example was that one, 2? Was it a 3? Example 3Q. Here we go. What's that? So, find me an estimate of square root of 12. I'm going to leave this one there so you can use that as an example. See if you can find me the estimation. Go. Round it to the nearest 100. Okay, let's see. In between what two integers or perfect square numbers is this number found? Azul. Between what two numbers is this one? Huh? No, what were the numbers first before you did the square root? 9 and 16. Hands if you agree with that. That is correct. Okay? So therefore, we're going to find the estimate for this one. So what was the smallest one? 9. So therefore, this is going to be 3 point something. Are we there so far? Okay? So, what is 12 minus 9? 3. Okay? Fraction. What is 16 minus 9? 7. Do we know how to make this into a decimal? Yes. 3 divided by 7. Add a 0. That is 4. 28. Subtract, that's 2. Add a 0. 2. 14. Subtract, that is a 6. Add a 0. 8. So, we need to round to this one. Is that correct? Does that stay a 2 or does it become a 3? So this is 3.43. Hands if you got that by yourself. Damn. How are we doing? Let's do another one. There it is. Square root of 135. Square root of 135. Find me the estimate to the nearest 100. Hurry up, please, so I can give you your home plate. Go. Oh, just to get us started. What is my first number? What is my first number? Let's see. Hold on. How about Daphne? Which is the first number? Before that. Antes de que fuera raíz cuadrada. What is that? 11 times 11 is what? $121. Hands if you got that. That is correct. What is our second number? Aaron. Okay, that was before this. What is it? 144. Hands if you got that. All right. So therefore, what number will go here? Joseph, with a Z. 11, okay. Point something, is that correct? Because this is square root of that. All right. So let's get our fraction. 135 minus 121, that is 14. All right. 144 minus 121. 23, Michael Jordan. So therefore, 14 divided by 23 does not fit in there. 23 fits in there how many times? How many times? Very good. 6. 18, we got 1. 12, that's 13. Subtract, that's 2. Add a 0. Does not fit in there. Another 0 fits in there how many times? 8. 8 times 3, that's 24. We got 2. 16 plus 2, that's 18. Yep. So this becomes what? 11 point what? 61, because this one makes this a 1. Everybody got it? All right, your home play for tonight. Here it goes. Copy this down, please. Copy those. It's only 10 problems. Home play is numbers 1 through 10. You need to do exactly what we were doing right now. As soon as you copy those, there's tutoring today. If I don't see you in tutoring, have a good one. See you guys tomorrow.